Hey everybody, welcome to Wheels and Tires. Obviously, it's a car channel. Uh, Thought I'd kick it off with just a quick background. I know as car people, we want to see cars, not some guy talking. But I just figured I'd throw you out a little bit of background and history of where I've been before we get to dive into where we're going. A little bit of quick background. Wasn't always a car guy. Didn't get it from my father. He actually hated cars, hated working on them, hated everything about them. As a young teen, I was a little bit nerdy, very much into computers. I was an aspiring hacker with my little Commodore, and my parents got to be a little bit worried. Even though I was riding three-wheelers and doing some things, they were worried. They wanted me to follow some more manly pursuits. So for my 13th birthday, my parents gave me, among a bunch of other great presents, they gave me my mother's old, tired, worn out, and frankly abandoned for a few years 383 automatic 68 Dodge Charger. I wasn't thrilled. Even though I was a big fan of the Dukes of Hazzard as a kid, the connection, I didn't catch it. Didn't have much interest. In fact, I was wanting to race three-wheelers, and I desperately wanted a new 85 Honda ATC 200X to go racing. So, while I had that Charger, I considered putting it up for sale to help fund the purchase of that $1,800 three-wheeler. Well, fate intervened and changed my whole life. One day, going to the local store, looking for the newest copy of Three Wheeling Magazine, I happened upon a very much a rarity back then. In the mid-'80s, Fords and Chevys, obviously very popular. Nobody cared about Mopar stuff. Dodge was certainly the underdog. Mopars really didn't have their own magazines or forums or anything. Of course, this is pre-internet too. But nobody really had the interest except for the diehards. So one day I'm out looking for that three-wheeling magazine, and in the biggest rarity, I saw a car magazine. And I don't recall what it was. Probably wasn't Hot Rod, but it might have been like a muscle car review or something. And they actually had a Charger on the cover. It was probably a 69 or a 70. Probably wasn't a 68. I don't recall. I don't think it was a 68. But nonetheless, it caught my eye, and I said, hey, I have one of those. Wow. Somebody actually is interested in those enough to actually put it on a magazine? Wow, maybe I better not sell it. That changed my whole life. Eventually, we started tinkering with it, got it to run again. After we moved to Southern Oregon, my mom that was her daily driver from, about the time I was born. It was only a couple years old when they got it. And it was just worn out and tired. 150,000 miles, engine was tired and wheezy. Tranny was slipping, brakes were shot. It was just really tired and worn out. But it was perfectly straight, no rust. Interior was almost perfect. And it was mine. And so we started tinkering. And by the time I was 16, we had gotten it running, gotten a carburetor rebuilt so it was reliable, done some work on the brakes. It was all around drums. Got it going. And I actually took my driver's license test in it for my 16th birthday. Boy, that's a whole nother story. That old lady from the DMV did not want to get in that car with me. Boy, she checked the paperwork 2-3 times, double checked to make sure the lights worked repeatedly. Anything she could do to nullify having to get in that car. But it was all legit. She had to go around the block with me, and I passed and got my license. And again, that was the first step in my whole life being involved in cars.